We've shared a lot of stories about egg prices recently. Egg prices have increased 150% in January compared to last year. And farmers are pointing to the high prices of fuel, cartons, and even the chickens themselves. But biologists say it's also because of avian influenza. The CDC says more than 58 million birds have been impacted. And it's not just farm birds getting infected. This morning, we go to the Mission Valley, where bird watchers have found wild birds are also in danger.
Good look at a roughleg. If you want to see a roughleg through the scope.
This is Larry Weeks in the Mission Valley in the dead of winter, looking for birds.
We have seen a great horned owl in these trees to the right here in the past.
I rode along with Larry as he hosted a field trip of the Five Valleys Audubon Society, looking for birds like eagles or red-tailed hawks. Why are you a birder? Why do you do it?
Because this guy in the back seat.
Yeah?
He's the one who got me started in birding.
Larry started birding with his son, Ron, as a way to connect more than 40 years ago. I describe them both as eagle-eyed, getting fast glimpses of the top predators in the air.
That's definitely a light phase red-tail that harassed it. Well, I'm going to try and get a picture of this thing flying by.
They're not out to get photos of pretty birds. They're keeping track of what they see for the National Backyard Bird Count. The number of raptors they saw were about half of what they expected. These sick hawks are threatening another bird in the valley.
We're making less money now than we did before the avian flu started, even with the price increases.
Chase Walkup runs Mission Mountain Organic Eggs in the same valley we searched for birds. First, he dealt with the pandemic. Now, the bird flu.
It's not ideal, but we do everything we can to keep the birds healthy.
So since I can't go in, I got this camera rolling and I'm going to hand it to you. And I want you to give me a tour of what's inside the place. Okay. These 8,000 chickens have been locked up for a year. Only 3 people are allowed inside. Walkup has to make sure that even the clothes and boots he's wearing don't leave the farm and bring back the virus. So what does all of this mean for you and me? Walkup said egg prices are not coming down anytime soon.
Everything we buy, from our cartons to the birds themselves, all the feed they eat, everything's gone way up.
For the eggs to be organic, the chickens must not eat any food with chemicals and not be locked up in cages. Being cooped up during a Montana winter is normal, but when it's warm, they'd get to go outside and enjoy the fields. And that's where the wild birds become the problem. Jennifer Ramsey with the Montana Wildlife Health Lab says tens of thousands of wild birds have died because of the avian influenza. The lab has tested more than 200 dead birds and found 42% of them had the virus. Ramsey said this is a tiny fraction of the birds. Many die and are never found by scientists. As the birds begin to migrate this spring, the virus will likely spread as well.
We got a bird just landed on a wheel out there.
Even in the winter weather, Larry Weeks is out there, counting the birds, hoping that you count them too.
James, what a great story.
Thank you.
So after all this, what can we expect next with this flu?
Well, the ornithologists were telling me that the flu is likely going to stay around for a while. And what's worrying is that here in Montana, red fox, striped skunks, even grizzly bears have now tested positive for the virus.
Wow.
So I don't think it's going anywhere for the time being. Farmers are going to continue to have to quarantine and stay the course. I don't think egg prices are going to be dropping anytime soon.
Thanks so much, James.